Good evening, friends of the Divine Mercy Radio Television of the Diocese of BUEA. You are welcome to the 75th anniversary rundown. And today we will be talking about the upcoming celebration of the 75th anniversary in BUEA DEANERY, the last deanery to celebrate the 75th anniversary, and that will be on Saturday the 29th of March 2025. The celebrations will take place at the Regina Pacis Cathedral in Smosopo. We shall be having here with us today the Dean of BUEA DEANERY, Reverend Father Stephen Chijoke Norum, and also the chairperson of the BUEA DEANERY Pastoral Council, Mr. Mbeng Dennis Ashu. Not leaving out Father Benjamin Fon, who is the secretary of the priests, the Association of Priests serving in BUEA DEANERY in the 6 parishes that make up BUEA DEANERY. These issues and much more will feature in today's edition of the 75th anniversary rundown. Stay tuned, I will be back in a jiffy. And we begin the program today talking about preparations ahead of the diocesan Lenten pilgrimage that will take place in Bojongo on Saturday, the 5th of April 2025. It will be within the context of the 75th anniversary, and already we are having the preparations in all the 40 parishes that make up the Diocese of BUEA. We are having Stations of the Cross, special moments of prayers, and the Christians are getting themselves implicated in the spirit of the pillars of Lent: prayers, fasting, and alms giving. Christians have been encouraged, especially to fast. The Christians of the Diocese of BUEA to fast with hope, given that this year we are celebrating the Jubilee Year of Hope. We also have calls made by our priests encouraging the Christians to pray ceaselessly, especially knowing fully well that the devil is not sleeping. These calls for Christians to pray and to fast have been made by our priests and especially sounded by Reverend Father Moses Tazo as Christians observe the 3 pillars of Lent: fasting, prayers, and almsgiving during this period. Let us get this report done for us by my colleague Aloysius Likie.
As all roads will be leading to the oldest parish in the diocese, the Regina Pacis Cathedral, on the 14th of July 2024, during which the Christians of the parish will gather for a fundraising exercise to give the Cathedral Church a new facelift. Work has been ongoing at the cathedral, with the ceiling of the church almost completed. The renovation work carried out in phases will see the sanctuary, tower, ceiling, roofing, tiling, and painting of the Cathedral Church building, as explained by Reverend Father Stephen Norum, the canon of the cathedral.
So the work going on, we have stages of work already going on in the cathedral. The cathedral is first of all leaking, means when it rains, it be like erosion in the cathedral. So we are working on the stopping the leakage. They have done the stopping of the leakage now. They're changing the face of the zinc because the roof is still the original roof. So we don't want to change the roof, but that roof you cannot find it in the market now. So we decided to, after stopping the leakage, to repaint it.
The church building, which is 96 years old this year, still stands tall and acts as a reference to the faith of our fathers. The committee chair for the renovation of the Cathedral Church is calling on all parishes and friends of the diocese to come and support the mother parish.
It's absolutely necessary for us to carry out some renovation work for this 96 years old structure, and in conjunction with the bishop, he has created this parish committee to see how we can coordinate the activities and include all the parishes in the diocese, because the cathedral is the seat of the bishop. The renovation work ongoing. If you go to the sanctuary now, the altar, the lambrine there that has been there for 96 years is being refurbished. Staff work going on, and then we'll have to carry the total tiling of the floor. The electrification has to be changed. There will be a lot of designs, electrification, tiling, the sound system have to be improved on in such a way that if you walk into these premises, you will see a completely new structure. On the invitation that we will send out, there are pictures of the cathedral on how it is and how it's going to be look like. For those who have been opportune to travel to the Vatican, there are churches there that have existed for 200, 300, 400 years and they are still looking beautiful. So it is the intention of the bishop, the chief shepherd of the diocese, that we should give this structure a befitting outlook for posterity.
As the Cathedral Church takes a new facelift daily, much is yet to be done to completely give it the look of a cathedral mother church, reason why we are all expected on the 14th of July 2024 to support this great project, which is part of the activities towards the build-up to the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of BUEA.
We're sorry for that mix-up. We're talking about preparations leading up to the diocesan pilgrimage and the calls made by Father Moses Tazo for our Christians to pray and to fast, especially now, knowing fully well that the devil is not sleeping. If that report is ready, we go back to our machines. Well, we are having some difficulties there. Maybe time for us to introduce our guest on the program, the 75th anniversary rundown, Reverend Father Stephen Norum, the Dean of BUEA Deanery, will be talking about the upcoming celebrations of the 75th anniversary in BUEA Deanery. Father, you're welcome.
Thank you, dear TV viewers.
We are happy to have you on the program.
Thank you, Father Solomon.
And we also have with us the chairperson of the diocese, that is the Deanery Pastoral Council, not the diocesan, but the Deanery. Because we have the Diocesan Pastoral Council, we have the Deanery Pastoral Council, and then we have the Parish Pastoral Council, the
Mission Station
Pastoral Council. So we have the chairperson, BUEA Deanery Pastoral Council, Mr. Mbeng Dennis Ashu. You are welcome.
Thank you, Father. It's my pleasure to be here on Divine Mercy Radio and Television.
We'll be having the pre-celebration of the 75th anniversary in the BUEA Deanery. The six deaneries have celebrated. BUEA Deanery will be the last deanery to celebrate. The oldest deanery becoming the last to celebrate. Father, are you conscious of what awaits BUEA Deanery on the 29th of March, Saturday the 29th of March, when you have your own celebration in small support?
Thank you, Father. Yes, I am aware, and I must say that program was well arranged, given BUEA Deanery as the seat of all the deaneries to celebrate, be the last to celebrate. I think Bishop did it wise to put us the last deanery to celebrate. I must say that we are prepared to see this day. We have 3 days to celebrate this program, and we have day 1. In day 1, we will do what we call the anniversary march, 75th anniversary march.
The one that will be on Thursday. Is it on Thursday?
On Thursday.
Okay.
Then means that all the parishes will
Thursday 27th
of March. All the parishes will leave their parishes with Roman flag, and they will march. They will march from their parishes to St. Anthony of Padua, and we're expecting all the parishes to be there before 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock in the evening, we will say the prayer of 75th anniversary prayer, and after that, I'll bless the people. Then we'll go back to our various parishes. The following day again, we will again move and convey to St. Martin's of Parish, Bokwango. That's the second day. And the second day, we'll have 2 activities: sport activity and cultural activity.
In the sport activity, we will have a football match between CWA and CMA, and this CMA is from 40 years and above, not below. So because I've spoken with the chairman, he told me my boys are getting ready. I said no, we talk about men, not boys. So there will be football match between CWA and CMA, and also talk of war between men of CFM and the women of CFM. So then there will be again race for the youth and ballet and other activities. When we come to the cultural activities, all the parishes will present one cultural dance that day. The best will be selected so that the best will now present on the D-Day. So on the D-Day, everybody will gather in Regional Parishes Cathedral, where all the parishes will be there. There will be mass. After the mass, then we'll have outdoor activities. I believe we are preparing is the bishop's deanery. Insofar bishops is in charge of all the deaneries, but I believe this one is the bishop deanery. So we'll do everything possible to see that we do not let our bishop down, because he's there watching to see how we carry out the program. So I believe that the Christians in BUEA deanery are prepared to celebrate the 75th anniversary with their future and joy and happiness. Okay.
The chairperson of the Deanery Pastoral Council, BUEA Deanery Pastoral Council, Mr. Mbeng, how do you plan to mobilize the Christians of the 6 parishes that make up your deanery?
Yeah, thank you very much, Father. We have been very anxious, especially given that we are the last and the grandmother deanery. And we have had several meetings, the planning and preparation meetings. We had the first one by making a tour. From the 12th of January, we embark on a tour right up to the 2nd of February of all the parishes to take the temperature of the event at the level of parishes. And after the tour, we had a second meeting of the Deanery ESCO and large ESCO that came together, and we convened it to evaluate the tour of the parishes and to also see where we can adjust a few things. And then after that, we have also planned another joint and large Deanery Pastoral Council meeting that will be coming up on the 17th of March. All these 3 planning days are geared towards having a befitting 75th anniversary preparations. Okay, and what are you telling the Christians? Because we know that the other deaneries, they came out. They came out. We saw Muyuka deanery, the enthusiasm of their celebration. So, what are you telling the Christians that will, entice them to come for this celebration? What special message? What are you giving them? What are you making? Because we want to see BUEA deanery out. So what are you telling them about your 75th anniversary celebration? Thank you very much. At all levels of our tour, it was all about sensitization. And to be honest with you, Father, the parishes were very excited. They cannot wait, because we all asked them to come out in their numbers. This time around, they're going to see BUEA in a different style, because each parish is making effort that all the Christians, all must come out on every of this single day to be able to give a special touch about this celebration. The collaboration is perfect, because we are communicating with the parish priest and the parish pastoral council
of each parish.
So we are doing a lot of underground work at all levels. And so the task that has been assigned to all the parishes, they are doing. We are monitoring the event at the level of the parishes, and you'll be very sure, to be honest with you, Father, we are going to give the best of BUEA as a grandmother.
Maybe before we are going to be looking at the 6 parishes that make up BUEA deanery. We have maybe a small presentation of the 6 parishes, beginning with the Regina Pacis Cathedral Parish. But before we go there to look at the 6 parishes, we'll start with Small Support. I want to find out from the parish priest of Small Support, the dean of BUEA deanery, the coordinator of the upcoming events, the chairperson of the organizing committee, Well, Father, tell us how is BUEA Deanery living up to its name as a mother deanery? Because we call it the grandmother or the grandmother of all the deaneries.
Yes,
Are they living up to that name, or is it just words? We like using words.
What's BUEA Deanery is a grandmother, as well I've said, but if we are taking small support, I believe Cathedral Parish, well, Cathedral, small support, they are really living up to that mother, because when you look at the recent bishop's pastoral visit in small support, any person who came across it will really realize that the Christian of small support have been mobilized, and not only that, they have come out in their numbers and they are prepared, ready to see the forthcoming days. I must say that the BUEA Deanery as a whole, starting with small support, we have 6 parishes. Small support is vibrant, is a vibrant parish, growing in their strength. If we are
The parish closest to the bishop.
the bishop is a bishop's parish. You know, when you talk the parish priest, you don't have parish priest, you have the cathedral administrator, because the bishop is the parish priest of the cathedral. So I'm just a cathedral administrator because the parish belongs to the bishop. And I remember one of the things he told me, that I cannot go out and telling people to do this and do that, and my parish is not doing that. So I'm so conscious of that, that if you come to the aspect of small Christian community, paying of the levies, doing everything about the deanery, they must come first before any other thing, so that you give that room for him to stand well, to tell to others that this is what's supposed to be done and this is how it's supposed to be done. So I must tell you that the bishop's parish is doing well. They are a vibrant parish,
yes,
and they are prepared and they are ready. They merit that name, the mother parish.
For those who do not know, small support, the Regina Pacis Cathedral Parish was created in 1928.
Yes,
1928.
very soon we're celebrating the centenary of the parish. So we celebrate 100 years. In 3 years' time now, we celebrate 300 years of the parish. So
maybe we talk also about St. Martin the Porres Parish, Bokwango. The parish was created on the 3rd of. It was created on in May 2012 and officially erected on the 3rd of May 2015. We know that it is the only parish that to have been dedicated in when it comes to BUEA Deanery. Maybe we take we take it back to our machines to show you some of the pictures of St. Martin de Porres Parish, Bokwango, the only parish to have been dedicated. We hope to see the Christians also from that parish, and the parish priest, Father Jean Lambert Batamak. We hope to see the Christians of St. Martin de Porres out in their numbers come 27, 28, and 29. Yeah. Beautiful church, quite a beautiful church. I think BUEA Deanery, when we look at from what we see, we can say that the BUEA Deanery has very beautiful churches, Father.
We must stand with example, because when you come to the beautiful church, if you come to, I believe that in no distant time, small support cathedral will take up number 1 in the whole diocese. So in no distant time, small support will take number 1. BUEA Town is also up, and Bokwango is there, and Our Lady of Sorrow is there. Go to Mekonge, you see wonders. So I believe that the priests of BUEA Deanery know how to make good things, and I believe they are ready to maintain the church. Being the one of the other, I believe that Bokwango Christians are really prepared and ready, and I believe we have vibrant community there with the work Father Batamak and Father Benjamin they are doing there. They are to host us. They will host us on the 2nd day.
Okay. Okay. So the activities have been scheduled for different
parishes.
Parishes.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 1 day we'll take BUEA Town. That is St. Anthony of Padua.
And what are the activities? You talked of
socio.
socio.
Is just for us to gather there. They do what we call the anniversary walk. We take anniversary walk, which will be sort of sensitizing people, telling people that BUEA Deanery is 75 with our flag, moving up and then telling them like that and coming to and also inform them about the forthcoming program. That's day one. Okay. Then day two will be in Bokwango, St. Martin's the Porres. So they are ready, willing to host us. I spoke with the parish priest shortly before coming. He said, we are waiting for you. We are preparing for the whole DEANERY that we will host. So they are vibrant, and I believe they are doing well.
Well, Bokwango is one of the parishes that were created. They were it's a parishes. It's a parish that was created in 2012, and when we look at how far they have gone, they have matured. I think we can say that it's one of the parishes that we have of reference. Yes. Maybe the chairperson may invite the other parishes to emulate the example of Bokwango. I don't know.
Yes, Father, that is correct. When something is good, it's good, because Bokwango parish is a reference for now, and a lot of churches are getting towards duplicating what Bokwango is doing, because first of all, when you enter there, the spirituality changes. The church is a reference for other parishes to emulate, and that is why, just like Father said, our dean, most of the parishes are struggling to duplicate the system to be able to make their parishes meet up with the standards of Bokwango, St. Martin de Porres.
I think what we should what we should be telling the Christians, or what BUEA DEANERY should be telling the Christians, or what we the pastors we should be saying, is that our Christians should love your parish and build your parish. Like the principles of the small Christian community. I must belong, I must participate, I must contribute. So if Bokwango is what it is, if it will become better, it is thanks to those three principles: belonging, participating, and contributing. Because I am afraid maybe we should say it here, that maybe some people are drawn to go to Bokwango for celebrations, but they are neglecting their own parishes, Chairman.
Absolutely. And that is where we are trying to sensitize them, to make them that you have to be able to make your home what it is. So therefore, the house of worship of God, like us in Bokwango, I come from St. Teresa of the Child Jesus, Mekongi, and we started from Ekarabot Cathedral, that was called Ekarabot Cathedral, and we challenge ourselves. I would say we are one of those parishes without an outstation, and we challenge ourselves and we say we are going to make our home better for others to come and worship with us. And to be honest with you, when you come to St. Teresa of the Child Jesus, you meet a befitting church.
Maybe we take you to our machines to see the church, the St. Teresa of the church in Mekongi, St. Teresa of the Child Jesus Parish, Mekongi. The chairman is from there. I mean, so it's a privilege. And the parish priest, Father Stanley Monet, he has continued the work that his predecessors started. St. Teresa of the Child Jesus Parish, Mekongi, is being beautified, and the Christians are doing it.
From their sacrifice, their heart and sweat, and they give generously. I would say that is a community that is not tired of building the house of God from themselves. We started from the father's house on the church. As you can see, the church is the capacity is 1,500. And you can see the windows are exceptional. The windows are all sacramental. They are stations of the cross. They were well calculated. Look at them. Every morning we go there. They are all made of the 14 stations. And we imported specialists from outside to come and create what we wanted, our mindsets. And if you look at the parish priest is very dynamic. He's very hardworking. He's changing at a very short time. He has changed the altar.
Okay, so what we are seeing
is the old church.
Okay, so a lot has changed.
Yes. Okay. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. What you are saying has stopped pictures. A lot has changed, because it changes almost every year. People are still doing it.
So we are going to have the recent. Maybe we have to rework.
All the churches do to have their
maybe these postcards were done sometime back, but I think we are happy, because when you are here and you're telling us clearly that a lot has changed. It is also an invitation for us to come and see.
Absolutely, Father. You know, are waiting for the chief shepherd to come and install the tabernacle. That's why we are working so hard.
Okay.
We are working night and day. I will tell you, if you come to that church now, you will not believe it. We are just waiting for the chief shepherd to come and see what we have done. Because he challenged us. Each time he pays a visit to us, he will tell us to continue working hard until we get there.
Maybe we look at BUEA Town, St. Anthony of Padua Parish, BUEA Town. They too are doing some renovation works. Some renovation works are ongoing at St. Anthony of Padua Parish. It was created in 1962 from small support parish. In those days, Father, we had just 2 parishes in BUEA. In 1962, we had just 2 parishes in BUEA, Small Support and BUEA Town Parish. And when we look at the faith now, I mean, imagine these 2 parishes took care of all the Christians in BUEA Deanery.
BUEA Moliko.
The whole of BUEA and Moliko.
Yeah,
so we had just look at it. The faith. This is when we talk about BUEA Town Parish. When we talk about Small Support Parish, we're talking about the history of the faith in our church. And we want to congratulate also the parish priests and the Christians of BUEA Town for what they are doing. We know that a lot too has changed there in BUEA Town. When you go there, a lot they have changed their ceiling, and then they are painting the church. So
no, they are not only painting the BUEA Town have what we call they have extended the church.
Okay.
Yes, they have extended the church there. They have put up. When you go up there, you have
something like a balcony
up that can contain close to 400 Christians up. So they are building it now. So that's what they are working on. So I believe that with that, it will accommodate, they increase their sitting capacity. So they are working, and also BUEA Town have been a vibrant parish also. And when it comes to the deanery, most of our meetings, they host the meeting because they have the space, they have the resources also. They have the resources, they do a lot, they help the deanery a lot when it comes to that. So I believe they too are preparing seriously for this occasion. And the parish priest is the financial secretary of the deanery, and he too is doing well, telling other priests, other people, other parishes to do their contribution. So I believe that BUEA Town Parish is ready, prepared. And I want to say thanks to Christians of BUEA Town and tell them that we are waiting for them on this day, and also the parish priests. I know what Father Christian can do with their Christians. So on day 1, we pray that they will host us that day, and the second day all of us will go to Bukwango. On the 3rd day, all of us now will come to the significant
regional
patches.
Cathedral.
I think that we are happy to hear these words of gratitude from the Dean, especially directed to the Christians of St. Anthony of Padua Parish, their generosity. And I think that is what we are called to be: generous, good Christians, and it's all about resembling Jesus. It's all about resembling Jesus, giving the best to others, giving the best to people, and whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, you are doing. Jesus tells us. We have had that gospel passage twice during this Lenten season. So we are encouraged to remain generous. We also have great support parish, Immaculate Conception Parish, great support, which came from BUEA Town, of course. And this parish was created in 2012, and officially the bull of erection was written on the 14th of May 2015. 14th of May 2015. The present parish priest of Immaculate Conception Parish, Grace Support, is Reverend Father Emil Tanka. And the Christians also are called to work together and build their parish. We know they have a beautiful church. They still need to have a presbytery. So maybe the dean, you may have an opportunity to visit the Christians there to also encourage them because it's one of the parishes in BUEA DEANERY that is still growing since 2012 that it was created.
Well, as a dean, my duty is to visit all my parishes. I normally go around to visit them. I talk to the priests. Eventually, every week, I make sure I reach every priest to know that he is doing well where he is. So even today, I spoke with the parish priest of Immaculate Conception Parish, Great Support. We talk at length and we discuss certain things. I know the nature of the parish. They are really working towards construction of their presbytery, and also they have water challenges there, so they are contemplating whether go in for borehole or go in for this. So but the Christians of Great Support, I must say, they are doing well as well, because all of them are focused on seeing how to build their own church and do other things that is needed of them.
They are also protecting the land.
From the land that is them.
Because we have had Great Support has suffered also from the issue of encroachment. And all that.
And also I want to say thank you to them for all the support they are giving to the deanery. You know, this deanery, we have a way of operating in our deanery which is so unique from every other deanery. We have our annual dues, we have our contribution, and nobody quarrel with each other. We give our account, everybody knows, the dean know what to do. We have our regular meetings, and they attend to the meetings. Everybody come on the table with suggestion. In fact, I would say that BUEA DEANERY is one of that mature deanery that might, if you allow me to erect them, I would say they are now graduating from primary evangelization to secondary evangelization, know what they could do and do it at that particular time. So I must use this video to say thank you to the parish priest of Immaculate Conception, which is Emi Tanka, and his curate, and all the Christians of Immaculate Conception Parish, and also to inform them and invite them that we are waiting for them on these 3 days. I believe they will not fail us. They've always been there. Our Christ the King and every other thing, they are all doing well. So I believe I will see them in March.
We talk about, let us look at the baby parish in your deanery, Our Lady of Sorrows, Wonyaliose. It was created by Bishop Michael Bibi very recently on the 15th of June 2023. This parish is a spillover from BUEA Town Parish. So we have Wonyaliose, Our Lady of Sorrows. Father, I am sure you have had time to visit the Christians there and to talk to them. Maybe you share with us.
Yes, I've visited the Our Lady of Sorrow, especially when the new priest came in. My normal thing I do when a new priest comes to the BUEA DEANERY, I will make time to go and visit the priest and welcome the priest to BUEA DEANERY, and also sensitize the person about the way of things in BUEA DEANERY, how BUEA DEANERYs are doing their things. As you can see, I visit the Christians regularly to talk with them and know their challenges. I got their challenges and I advise them on what to do when they complain that the Christians are not coming, they are not participating. I told them that the only way to get these Christians to go to them. Don't wait for the Christians to come to you. And I believe they took the advice by moving into small Christian communities. And I know their challenges. I discussed with them. I advised them on what to do, and they took the advice. And I believe that the community is becoming vibrant from the first time to the second time, because from the report they give, the ACC masses, the ACC's program, they reach them, and also they are even trying to create another mission station within and so on. So I believe the baby parish is growing and doing well. And I must thank our Lord Bishop for creating that parish. And I want to appreciate the priest there, because the only thing is that when you give someone advice and he hearkens to that advice and he moves with it and you see that advice is helping them. And I believe the advice of going to the Christian, don't allow the Christian to come to you, is working for them, and they are making that parish vibrant. And I pray and I know from the outcome that came during the time of Christ the King, that come days 75th anniversary celebration on 27, on 28 and 29, I trust them that the Christians will equally come in mass. I want to congratulate the priests who are there and also the Christians and say thank you Thank you very much for the wonderful work they are doing, and tell them that we are hoping and expecting to see them within this 3-day activity.
We want to also encourage our brother who is serving in Our Lady of Sorrows. Our brothers,
Yes.
especially the parish priest, our brothers who are serving there, the priests, especially the parish priest, Father Donatien Patrick Bisala. We know that. Bringing the Christians together, it's not always easy, like the dean has indicated, going out to meet them, going out to be with them, and being part of them, sharing their joys and their sorrows. It is possible to start from a baby and then eventually mature. That is how most of the parishes started, starting from a baby parish and then becoming bigger and mature. Father, you have had beautiful words of appreciation for the Christians of BUEA DEANERY. When we look at BUEA DEANERY, can we say that they have gone above the level of primary evangelization, or is there still some work to be done when you look at the deanery, your deanery?
Yes, as a dean, I'll really continue to thank, as the chairman appreciated the parish priest of Mekongi. I visited there when they came in new in that place, and the work Father Stanley has done there is really marvelous work. He's working on the church and also working in the presbytery at the same time.
Yes.
Now you can have a conducive presbytery. From the first till the last time I visited, it was good. So I want to say thank you to him also, and his curate and all the Christians in Mekongi, and equally to Boyata and Bokwango. They are doing well. Looking at how far we have gone, looking at all our pastoral deanery pastoral council meetings and other things, I will not say that BUEA DEANERY has gone above the primary level of evangelization, because one thing you should know about when somebody growing from that primary to the secondary, when you are going to the aspect of the secondary, it is the area whereby you know what to do and do it without being reminded. But at this time, you will see that there are a lot of these laxes in the life of the Christians, again, that we must remind them or get across sensitization before they will do it and do it well. But they need a push. Sometimes I used to use more funny words to describe what I called wheelbarrow Christians. When I call the wheelbarrow Christians, it simply means that when you are pushing, anywhere you stop, they stop with you there. When you gather energy now and push, they move. So they need someone who is to push, and every parish priest who is not pushful, the Christians will remain there. The Christians will remain dormant. But if you have a parish priest who is pushful, immediately the parish priest comes in, you will see a vibrant community. But if it's a parish priest or a priest who is so a donkey spirit, he doesn't bother, anything can go, the church and the Christian will just be like a graveyard. But immediately you change the parish and bring another priest who is vibrant, the Christian. So all I need to say is that for it to go well, we need our priests on board, because for things to go well, for the Christians to grow from this level of primary of evangelization to the secondary, the priests need a lot of work.
We are 75 years, yes. So I think that at 75 we should be ashamed to talk about primary evangelization at 75. And Father, maybe with your experience serving in BUEA DEANERY, serving in other deaneries, how do you do with the overly critical attitude of some of the Christians? How do you handle it, especially when you find yourself maybe as dean or as parish priest, and then the criticisms are heavy on you?
Well, you see, everybody is different. Like for me, what we call the criticism is it helps me to grow. If you criticize me negatively, I don't bother about it, or positively. If you criticize positively, you are helping me to grow. Criticism means that you are pointing out something that is not going well, and you cannot just point it out, because some people just end up in pointing out errors, mistakes. When you point out such, you will propose and suggest a way forward, And when you criticize somebody, you say, you did this way, but if I were you, I would have done it this way. You have given a possible means of getting it done. So I must say, personally, that critics or not doesn't bother me. I don't think about those things. What I know is I focus on what I came to do. That's in every place I go to work. First thing I need to do, I have to define my mission and my vision. And when immediately I put down my mission and vision, I will send it to the bishop. And you know, our bishop has his own modern way of handling priests. For me, I appreciate him for that. He will call you and tell you, this, I want you to go here, and this is what I want you to go there and do. And that's what we are taught in the seminary, that a bishop will give you assignment. A bishop send you for assignment. That's what it means. So immediately bishop called you, it's left for me to sit and now come out with my vision and mission in line with what the bishop have told me that he wants me to do. And I will submit to him. Every other critic comes and other thing, I will focus on to achieve my end and my mission of being in that project. I know that there are a lot of critics. People must say, you cannot stay without such. Even when Jesus was on earth as a God, as a divine, as a person of God, they criticize him. They point out a lot of things. There are Pharisees, there are scribes, they are always there to point out what is, I call, irrelevant things that cannot even help them. And they are not following to help themselves. They are following to pull down. So some people's attitude is the attitude of pulling down and not the attitude of helping themselves to learn and grab some values from you. They see you and they concluded you have no values.
Well, maybe, Father, at the criticism sometimes some people will look at you and they look at your nose and they don't just like your nose. Maybe I tend to the chairperson at this time. Some people may just look at you, they look at your nose from the very beginning and they don't like it. So some Christians,
yes.
Chairman, BUEA DEANERY, Pastoral Council, what are the Christians expecting from their priests?
Yeah, thank you, Father. We have come of age, and thanks to the provincial pastoral plan, because I would say that before now we were not very close to the priest, but the provincial pastoral plan has brought us very close to the priest. And so, coming close to the priest, our priest, we are able to also communicate and evaluate, because yes, this is true. The Christians have, when they come very close, they communicate like fathers, and they also see a father who is capable of listening to them. Because the Christians, what they want is that they would like to propose issues, but they forget at one moment that our priests have more than our parents at home. That's why they are called fathers. Well, first of all, they are trained.
And they have many more children, many more children than a normal family.
You just said that. I take, for example, I'm the chairman, the DEANERY chairperson, only a parish pastoral council. You are able to run your ESCO, and then what about the Christian faithful? So it's a whole challenge. But what I want to say about the faith generally, after 75 years after, is that the general take is that we are gradually moving out of the primary level. There was a moment where the bishop, his lordship, said we should be able to evaluate 75 years after what next, what is becoming of the BUEA diocese. And it is true that we have grown developmental wise, and the faith too has grown. Because don't you forget that BUEA diocese is one of those oldest dioceses that has also graduated other. That's why I call her the grandmother. Because the Kumba diocese, the Bamford diocese, and of course you can understand
even
that
Bamenda.
Even Bamenda. So 75 years after, I would say we are gradually moving out of the primary level.
Joining us in the studio is Father Benjamin Fon. Father, we are happy to have you. We are talking about your upcoming celebration, the 75th anniversary celebration in BUEA DEANERY, and you just got it from the chairman of the BUEA DEANERY Pastoral Council. The expectations of the Christians, the expectations that the Christians have, what they await from the priest. And now maybe you serving as a priest in BUEA DEANERY, what are your expectations from the Christians after 75 years? I mean, we should also have, maybe the Christians have what the priests also expect from them after 75 years.
Thank you very much for that, Solomon. Yeah, everything now is, we're gradually getting close to the big celebration, which is come May, and ours is just around the corner, the 29th of March. As you know, as the chairman rightly puts it, the priests are, they stand as that fatherly figure in the community, and every father would definitely expect so much from the children, from the child. In every family, that's always a normal scenario. Fathers always want the best for their children. No father will definitely want the child to go astray. The joy of every priest is to see the Christian community living, because we know there are some communities that are actually dead. Dead in what sense? In the way the Christians respond to the things regarding the church, their sacramental life, contributing to the growth of the church. All this in a community where you don't find Christians participating in this, that community is dead. But a community where you find Christians very active, where you find them putting in their all, where you find them participating in the sacramental life of the church, find them contributing to the growth of the church, as well as loving one another, because that's the most essential of everything. How they live in the community. They should not come to church and present a different image, and when they go back to their communities, they are different persons. They should try to make that blend between the person in church and the person in the community, because let's remember that's the closing, that's in the dismissal of at the end of every mass. What is the priest telling the Christians? Go and announce the gospel of the Lord, which means what you have assimilated in the course of Holy Mass, go out and live it out in your respective communities where you find yourself. That is the joy of every father, seeing that the children are responding positively in the way they go about with their things in that community, making sure the community is a loving one, as well as the father is always liable to errors. The father will not be happy if the child is not courageous enough to come up and present situations to him.
Dialogue, maybe.
Yeah,
of dialogue.
that's always
every family
the
should be open for dialogue.
Yes, Father. When that dialogue is not there, because sometimes the father is very open, making himself available for the people to come, but at times you find the Christians, they are not reciprocating that openness. They sometimes find themselves secluded, keeping themselves behind.
Like we said, maybe once your nose is a problem.
Yes, Father.
Once your nose is a problem, everything is a problem. So, but yes. I think we appreciate our Christians for what they are doing. But we are saying that when there should be that dialogue, moving to each other. If there is a problem, the priests are there as priests. And I even love the way the Second Vatican Council puts it, because when we talk about, because when we are celebrating 75 years, we should also be looking at how far we have implemented the teachings of the Second Vatican Council. Yes. Because the Second Vatican Council talks about the hierarchy, which is meant for service. Yes. Hierarchy which is meant for service. So the priests, most of our priests are pouring their lives as a libation, and I think we should appreciate it. And there was a day I told one of the Christians in the past, I said, no, we should be able to dialogue. Even the catechist, you have a problem with the catechist, don't just insult the catechist. I am parish priest. I can call my catechist at 11 p.m. in the night for a situation. But I would think twice before calling a Christian at 11 p.m. in the night. So the catechist should be given that respect based on the fact that his life is
closer to the people.
Yes, he has given his life more. So I think, Father, we have been saying very important things here, because if we celebrate 75 years and we don't take stock of these things, then it means that we'll be repeating the same errors
every year. Yes.
And the reason why, Father, during this celebration, we are going to also recognize some of those who have given their all, just like you said. Let me just pick up from your cue that we were going to send the criteria out. I'm sure the dean has already done that, and we're going to recognize those who are giving their all since when the creation of the Diocese of BUEA, and that will be another motivation. Even if you are almost at your grave, but recognition is very important to be able to say that yes, you gave in, you contributed your little mite for the growth of this diocese.
And maybe some Christians, you may give us the criteria, but I think that sometimes some Christians say they may have the feeling that the priests appreciate more the Christians who give a lot of money.
No.
It's not all about money.
No.
It's not all about money, because there are those Christians who will give money and even insult you, the priest,
Absolutely.
afterwards. They will give a lot of money, but they insult you afterwards. And I always say, you do good and you spoil it. But I remember when the bishop dedicated St. Martin de Porres parish. I was almost tempted to say St. Martin de Porres Cathedral because of the beauty of the church. But it is St. Martin de Porres parish. One of those who received recognition was a Mami Lisinge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was present at that mass. She was given a recognition for her dedication in cleaning the church.
Absolutely. That is where we are going to base as a committee.
She received an award from the bishop on the day that the bishop dedicated that parish.
Well, what is she doing? Sometimes you find at times cleaning the church compound. Every morning you find her picking papers around the church, and she's so consistent in leading morning prayers in church every morning. These are some of the little things that we have been told, copying the example of St. Teresa with Child Jesus, little things in extraordinary way. That's just what we find her doing, and this is actually what matters. The little things you do that sometimes the eyes of the onlookers, it's not glaring.
Church cleaning, cleaning, and for me, I appreciate more. I don't know, maybe the dean will say something about this contribution, this financial. I appreciate more the Christians who give, and they give in all humility. Because if we have a Christian who say you are a priest, you have a Christian who gives, and then the next moment the same Christian is insulting you. Of course, when we are giving a recognition, we will not be thinking of such a Christian. We think of those Christians who give, like the Matthew chapter 6, the gospel passage for Ash Wednesday. The left hand should not know what the right hand is doing.
Yeah.
So, Father, maybe we need to still grow, or maybe teach our Christians to understand what they have to do. There are some things that they have to do, and what will make the church to grow. Those little things, doing them ordinary, but in an extraordinary way.
Yes, you know, when we come into that aspect, you see, giving in our church is a very different thing that people really need to know. And that's one of the things I'm saying on the aspect of we need to grow from this stage of primary to secondary, because the secondary aspect is where a Christian know what to do and do it without being reminded.
Yes.
And you know that this is my duty. You know, one thing is persistent and consistent in doing what is good in the church. You know, and the act of giving should come from within and be part of you, not in the time of to show off. There are some who give because they want to show off. There are some who give to attract the attention of the priest. There are some who give to even attract position in the church. There are some who give because they want them to be known and seen. As you see, when they give one or two like that, and they are not recognized, and they are not appreciated by them, they will drop, they will not give, they will just stay away. But those, there are some who even have, sometimes in my cathedral, I used to see a man coming with his car. He's earning a salary. He's a government worker with the wife and the family and the other woman with their cars. They come and park their cars and they enter the cathedral with brooms. Only them. Every Monday, come to the cathedral. You will see it. They park their car. They have cars. They are not poor people. So some of these things, they cannot refer it as if they are poor people there because they don't have any job. They park the cars, they come, the husband and wife with the other lady, a widow, and they sweep the church and they clean the church, remove everything that people have done. So all of these things we are saying is for all the Christians to know what is their duty as a Christian and do it constantly. Not that you do it today, tomorrow.
Oh, you are angry. You're angry. You say, I've been doing this thing. I've not been
this for the years. A priest have not. They are not even one day. They have not even said this. They have not even do that. Because of that, I will not do this. When you see this, you see people are doing something and waiting for their own worldly blessings. Because if I'm doing something, I should be consistent. I love what I do, and I do it happily. I don't need you to appreciate it, because God will bless me from doing that. You know, that's why you see in any parish that you see at work, I drive joy in celebrating ACC masses. Sometimes the red three, they will say it's against the canon law. I said, but it gives me the grace I get from there is more than what you can say. So I believe for Christians, what is essential is for them to do what is needful of them, and they do it constantly without bragging, without being so arrogant, because some people, their kind of arrogancy will even make you to stay away from them bad.
Or to even say, please don't do it again.
Don't do it again. Go with your money, you know. Go with that. But as a priest, you must look at those things and could do just be you. That if you see any little way to advise the person, just advise the person and say, if you want to do something for God, do it continuously, whether you are appreciated or not. Some people can go to heaven. In the former parish, I have a lady who her money, she in charge of buying the sacred needles for the altar, changing the flowers, decorating it, do it constantly. I believe to date she still does it without asking any money from the parish priest, without asking anything. Every Saturday she will come and change the thing, send them to watch them with her money, everything, iron it, put it. So when you see Christians doing such thing, they have already make their life to be like this, and they get the blessing from there. These blessings we are talking
it's in line with, I think that it's in line with the theme of the 75th anniversary. Proclaim the good news. I am with you always. So we proclaim the good news even in cleaning the church.
Yes.
Even in coming to pick papers around the church. They're coming to pick papers around the church, removing cobwebs from the church, doing those things unnoticed.
Yes.
Maybe I tend to the chairperson, chairman. We have some of our Christians. I know in all parishes, even in Brazil, you have some of these Christians who are keeping some bitterness. Maybe bitterness against a former parish priest, bitterness against somebody. What do you tell them, especially now that we are within the time of Lent?
Yes, thank you, Father. This calls for a level of the spirituality, the faith, because having gone through all the parishes, especially from 2010 when we started the new way of being church here in the Diocese of BUEA, I came to discover that the different Christians have different levels of faith, and that has to do with our doctrine, the church doctrine. We need to impact them. We need to continuously talk with them, especially at the level of faith sharing groups, small Christian communities. Because it is from there, that's the gospel sharing. Because when we share, we communicate, we uplift each other. Because the level of reasoning, the level of faith is not the same at all levels. So what you are saying is true. There are a lot of challenges, but gradually we'll be overcoming these challenges because we need to implement the domestic church, the pastoral, provincial pastoral plan at all levels. Because a lot of Christians who do these things only come for Sunday worship, and they don't follow the plan. They don't go to small Christian communities. When we start faith sharing at the level of gospel sharing and SEC, definitely you will change at the level of the mission station and parishes.
I think we can take this report now, the encouragement, the words of encouragement given by Father Moses Tazo to all Christians of the Diocese of BUEA. He has encouraged our Christians, especially during this 75th anniversary, to pray more and to fast more. Let us get this report done by my colleague Aloysius Likie.
As Christians observe the 40 days period of Lent, which began on Ash Wednesday, they are reminded of the three spiritual practices that are traditionally observed during the Lenten season, that of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Reverend Father Moses Tazo, priest of the Diocese of BUEA, reminded Christians that fasting is not all about abstaining from food or drinks, but from other luxuries, giving up something that is a habit, and use the proceeds to do works of mercy.
Our way of fasting doesn't help us at all. I remember that the bishops of Cameroon at one time decreed that since Cameroonians drink a lot, they like mimbo a lot, they should fast on Wednesday and Friday and Good Friday and even Fridays of Lent. That is, we should fast from alcohol. But what of those who don't take alcohol at all? Who don't drink at all? Maybe because of sickness or because their health. The important thing is that you deny yourself something that is precious to you. You give up something that is dear to you. You are not giving it out of show, but you are giving it to help somebody else. You are giving it so that somebody can benefit from that sacrifice you make.
On the part of almsgiving, he noted that this does not have to do only with physical cash, but goes beyond to include acts of service like visiting a sick or lonely person and sharing with them.
So at this time, we are thinking of how you can make somebody happy, what good you can do. And almsgiving is not just money, it's not just food. It is also doing good to somebody, just even making somebody happy in any way. Some people are alone, some people are abandoned, and all they want is a visit from somebody. Somebody can cheer them up. So give something of yourself, give something that you will feed pain, that will give you something out, and somebody has gained from what I've given.
He equally notes that as Christians, they ought to pray daily, but challenges them to create more prayer time during this Lenten period and communicate deeply with God.
And then is the time when we go into the school of prayer. Yes, we have learned prayers in school, maybe, but when we talk about prayer, we mean that closeness to God, that spending time with God and talking directly with God. That sometimes we say prayer, say beautiful things, but those things don't touch the heart. You must be able to feel the impact of your relationship with God. Sometimes God is just in the mind. You just imagine that God is. But what are those moments that I can feel within myself that God is close to me?
He thus called on Christians to incorporate these practices into their daily lives, and they will deepen their faith, cultivate humility, and prepare for the joy of Easter.
Well, we have been saying it here. We want all the Christians, all the priests, the agents of evangelization to be prayerful, to be more charitable, and more generous. It is for all of us, Father. The message is clear. This is Lent, and I think it is a coincidence that you will be celebrating your 75th anniversary within the context. It's unique. It's unique, Father Benjamin Fon.
That's true, Father Solomon. Celebrating our 75th anniversary within this season of Lent, it's something striking, and it's a call for each and every one of us in this deanery to actually walk in line with the Lenten observances and practices which we are called upon to live out throughout this period, and seeing how we do not only limit it to this season, but it should be something that we should cultivate. We should interiorize whatever value which we can in the course of this period, which will take us throughout, even after the season and after the celebration of the anniversary, because we are not just called upon to sugarcoat or placate particular aspects of our lives and say, no, let me hold on or hang on with this particular stuff which I'm actually living with now, and after this period or after the celebration I'll go back to my old ways. No, if we are changing, it should be something forever. It should be something which will take us further and farther away from our old habits, which might have let us know.
Maybe if we were in class 1 in the spiritual journey, we should, at the end of learning, we should go to class 2. Or
It's a
3.
gradual development, because it should not be a geometric progression, rather an arithmetic progression. Because with the spiritual journey, it should not just be like, oh, let me get to the peak at once. No, it's one step at a time. You can tell yourself, for this period, for this time, let me take this step. Next year, I'll take just this other step. There is this famous hymn 317, that they always sing. Lord, for tomorrow and its needs, I do not pray. Keep me, my God, from stain of sin just for today. Sometimes offering a particular day or seeing how you can manage a particular something at a particular point in time will better help you than having a conglomeration of all those things, thinking you can just wake up and effect a change in all. No, it comes one at a go.
Father Dean, please tell us about the collaboration existing between the priests and the religious of your deanery.
I would say that the collaboration is the best, I would say. When I took up as a dean, I visited all the religious community in my deanery. I have meeting with them. I went to Carmelite, Brothers of St. Martin's, Tertiary Sisters, Capuchin Sisters. These are the communities. We have Sisters of St. Therese as well in BUEA Town Parish, Capuchin Sisters in BUEA Town Parish. We have again Capuchin. We have Carmelite in under the cathedral. You have Brothers of St. Martin's again under cathedral.
The Franciscan
Sisters under cathedral, and also you have St. Therese Sisters again under Bukwango. All of this religious community, I visited them and I discussed with them the need of their involvement in the implementation of the pastoral plan in their various parishes they work, and not only the parishes, even in the deanery. So I incorporated many of them, and I've already informed them they are part of our deanery pastoral council. As I've told them, every religious community is represented. If they are not all, one person from that community must be, and each religious community have sent in one person to be a member of deanery formation team. So we are working in hand, and we have created a forum that brings all the priests and religious in BUEA deanery. We have a forum. We have equally what we call the deanery meal together with all the religious and sisters. So we have gone to Bukwango, we have gone to Tertiary Sisters. I believe the secretary before the end of this month will give us the program on where we go again. So we move one parish, one religious community, one parish, one religious community, and all the religious and all the
so you move round. You move round the parishes for the meals, for the meals and the prayers.
What we do is, during that day, we will have Vespers together with all the religious working in BUEA deanery, religious and priests in BUEA deanery. We have Vespers. After that, we go for dinner, all of us. That's what we do, and that's what we have been doing. So we are the cooperation is the best, I must say, and they are really cooperating, and they are involved, and they are ready to assist in any function given to them by the deanery to do during this 70th anniversary. So they are part of us. Everybody, we are working together, and I would say thank you to them because for their collaboration and cooperation in making implementation of the pastoral plan, and also planning and preparing for this 75th anniversary at the level of BUEA deanery.
We will be ending the program in a moment, but we will be coming back to you, Father Dean, for your last words. Maybe we find out from the chairperson, what will you tell the Christians, because you will give an address to the Christians of BUEA deanery come 29th of March. What are you already planning to tell the Christians?
The first thing I want to remind them is that the fabrics are now available. I just discussed with the diocesan chairperson yesterday, and today we met, and he said in a few days, come tomorrow, he will send information all over the deaneries and the parishes where they can get the fabric, because the fabrics are now available. Some people did not have the fabrics, and so that is one. And number two is that the celebration proper that is ending with BUEA is a peak celebration. They must understand that it's a peak celebration. And so, BUEA Christians, I am calling all of them to come out in their numbers. We are going to take what belongs to BUEA and to make it historic. So we are already planning the traditional dances. All the parishes will be involved. I'm still reminding the St. Teresa of the Child Jesus about the Liberian group, and Our Lady of Sorrows about the Bakosi traditional dance. St. Martin de Porres will be featured with the Bakweri traditional dance, and Immaculate Conception, of course, Manu. St. Anthony of Padua will feature the Banso, and then Regina Passy will bring us in Jang dance. It will be historic in the whole of BUEA Diocese. So BUEA is going to actually culminate these activities of the 75th anniversary with the peak celebration. Away from that, there will not be another celebration.
Father Benjamin,
Yes.
what word of encouragement to the Christians of BUEA Diocese at this time when you prepare to celebrate 75?
Thank you very much, Father. At these crucial moments where we are drawing near to this celebration, it's something meant for all of us. It should not be left in the hands of the priests and the religious, but all the Christians in this deanery should contribute to see how we can make this celebration a wonderful one. Yes, it may be challenging, but amidst all that, let us not give up. Let us keep on doing our best and seeing how we can realize the success of our celebration come 29th of March.
Father Dean, your last words.
I want to thank all the priests and religious, and I will not leave our bishop. I want to thank our bishop who have been encouraging us to do good and do it better. And all the Christians in BUEA Deanery, I know it's challenging, but I want to appreciate all of you for a wonderful work you have been doing in BUEA Deanery, and I pray you continue doing good work. There is I know good work pays, when you are doing good, they say you do good, you do that for yourself, and when you are doing a good job, you are preparing heaven for yourself, and you're not preparing for some other person. So I want to say thank you to all Christians of BUEA Deanery. Thank you to all religious. Thank you to all priests who are serving in BUEA Deanery. And thank you all for the friends of BUEA Deanery. I wish to invite all of you. This 3-day event will be the best among all so far, because this is the closing and this is the Bishop Deanery. As a cathedral administrator, on behalf of the bishop, I want to invite all the friends of the bishop equally to come that particular day on the 29th March 2025 in Cathedral Parish, where we'll be closing the celebration at all the level. Equally invite all the other deans and vicars of the BUEA Diocese to attend and participate during that last and the closing of Deanery 75th anniversary celebration. I want to thank all of you, and you are all invited for this 3-day program. First day at BUEA Town, second day at Bokwango, and third day, which is 29, at Regina Pacis Cathedral, Small Support, the mother of all the parishes in BUEA Diocese.
In BUEA Diocese and BUEA Deanery. He who laughs last, laughs best. From the oldest parish in BUEA Deanery, Regina Pacis Cathedral Parish, created in 1928, to the youngest parish in BUEA Deanery, Our Lady of Sorrows Parish, Wonyalioze, created by Bishop Michael Bibi on the 15th of June 2023. All roads will be leading to the Cathedral Parish in Small Support come Saturday, the 29th of March 2025. And in the words of the chairperson of the BUEA Deanery Pastoral Council, Mr. Mbeng Dennis Ashu, BUEA Deanery will take BUEA Diocese by hostage. It will be, you are taking BUEA Diocese will be taken hostage, and I think that on that day we'll be celebrating in a way already anticipating Easter.
Yes.
Thank you for coming, Father Dean, Reverend Father Chijoke, Father Stephen Chijoke Norum, the Dean. Thank you, Father Benjamin Fon, and Mr. Ben Dennis Ashu. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
We look forward to the day reserved for BUEA DEANERY come 29th of March. The main event will be on the 29th of March 2025 with the Pontifical Mass at the Regina Pacis Cathedral in Smosopo. Stay tuned to DMR TV of the Diocese of BUEA.